Hey guys, NeoBrian here. I want to talk to you guys today on this vlog about your self-worth. I end a lot of my videos by telling you that you're amazing and incredible and that there's a plan for your life, and I don't just say that. There is a purpose behind that, and I really believe it. And I think it's important that you hear it. I don't think we hear it enough. Here's the thing that we too often miss, when we're looking for the secret to a happy life. I don't know if you guys realize it, we think we're entitled to a life filled with happiness, but that's entirely not true. That's not an entitlement. Happiness is a bonus if you get it. And yes, that's very bleak and very sad, but the forefathers even said, one of the basic rights of mankind is the pursuit of happiness, which means they themselves don't even promise you happiness. It's a pursuit. It's something you go after. And I think it's something that we go after the wrong way so many times. I don't know if you guys have seen Enessa O'Neil. I had no idea who she was until she quit social media. She's a model from Australia with over 500,000 Instagram followers, apparently making a good life for herself. And she recently got on YouTube and says, I quit. And she went on a 17-minute rant, and I'll put the link in the description below, about how it's empty. It's all empty. Everything that she does is empty. Now, there's a lot of criticism of her. There's a lot of people out there saying that this is a hoax, that she's doing this just to get attention. If so, Enessa, good job. It worked, because, like I said, I never heard of you until this happened. But the point remains that she makes an excellent point. And she talks about our value in life is not determined by the number of likes we get or the number of followers that we have. And what that boils down to is your happiness is not dependent upon the approval of others. Because the thing about that is your value will go up and down in other people's eyes depending on what value you have to them at the time. And people who don't have any use for you at all, obviously your value to them is going to be very, very low. But a person who has an opinion of you or is valuing you to a certain extent is not your definition of your value or your purpose. The thing that I try to teach other people is that happiness should not be your #1 objective or goal for your life. If every day, day in and day out, your primary purpose and goal in life is to have fun, you'll have a little fun, but it's going to leave you empty. And anybody who's gotten into any kind of chemical addiction with alcohol or drugs, or people who've gotten into video game addictions, because as many of you know, that can be an addiction when it's consuming you. It feels good in the moment, but afterwards you're just left completely empty. And I feel like that's the message that Enessa was putting out there, is that it was all empty to her. So here's what I want you to understand. One of the greatest ways to find happiness in life is finding your purpose. And there is a purpose for you. I encourage you to look up a book called Do Hard Things. And this is about rebelling against the expectations of society. And on young people, specifically kids and teenagers, society's expectation of you is nothing. You have nothing to offer. You have nothing to provide. There is nothing you could possibly do or say that is going to add any value to our culture or society, which is a lie. But it leaves young people in the place of trying to fill their lives with something just to have fun, or to buy the neatest thing and have the greatest games and have the nice car. And all of these things, though they'll make you happy in the moment, in the end leave you more empty than before, because there isn't anything fulfilling about this. There's no purpose behind it. This book, Do Hard Things, I hope will challenge you and motivate you as young people to rise above the expectations of our culture and to actually do things that are worthwhile, to have a purpose, because that's really what it boils down to. Enessa was a model, apparently a very successful model, but it did not fill her with purpose. She didn't have any sense of purpose in the things that she was doing, assuming that video is authentic, that she was being true about her feelings. Here's what I want you to do right now. I want you to get, I know this is old school, but I want you to get some kind of writing utensil, pen or pencil, get you a paper or two, however much you need, or heck, if you need to, type it out, but it needs to be printed, because you're going to put this in an envelope. I want you to write a letter to yourself, your future self, in 5 years. Whatever you can imagine that at this point in your life, if in 5 years that future self could look back, what would you want that person to know about where you're at right now? And what kind of things would you want to say to encourage that person? So this is going to be an in 5 years letter. So right now, paper, pen, type it, whatever, print it up, get it on a hard copy piece of paper, stick that puppy in an envelope, Write that letter to yourself, and then I want you to stick in your underwear drawer, your sock drawer, wherever you need to, and I want you to write on there, letter to, you put your name, and say, do not open until November 5th, 2020. That would be today, which actually this is going to post tomorrow on November 6th. So whatever date it is, put that you write it, put that date and put it in 5 years. And here's the thing, you need to do it now. Right now, because if you don't, you're going to forget about it, or it's going to seem silly. And I'm going to tell you something, these letters will mean a lot to you in the future. So as you're exploring your purpose and you're seeking that secret of a happy life, sit down a little bit, give it some thought. Write out your thoughts. Encourage your future self. What do you want that future person to know? There you go. That's all I have to say. You guys are important. And there is a purpose to your life. I know that, or you wouldn't be living and breathing right now. So until next time, guys. Bye-bye.